NFL had two words for Shedeur: Sanders in Cleveland Browns jersey. NFL had two words for Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland Browns jersey. Originally appeared on Athlon Sports. The NFL is showing appreciation for Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders. The 23-year-old is the Colorado Buffaloes' former starting quarterback. As his senior, he led the school to a 9-4 season. He threw for 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions on a 74% completion percentage. Sanders was expected to be selected in the first round of April's NFL draft, but that didn't happen. Coach Prime's son didn't receive a phone call from any of the 32 NFL franchises until day 3, when the Browns drafted him with the 144th overall pick in the 5th round. He was then added into their quarterback room to compete for the starting job alongside veteran Joe Flacco, fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, and journeyman Kenny Pickett. Meanwhile, Cleveland starter from last season, Deshaun Watson, is expected to be sidelined for the entire season with a ruptured Achilles tendon. Sanders has been competing well with Gabriel, as both rookies are looking to move up the depth chart before the start of training camp. Furthermore, the NFL showed its appreciation for Sanders as he was dressed in a Browns home uniform on Friday. However, Sanders could have a long road ahead of him. Some fans and analysts have been debating whether he should become the backup over Gabriel to eventually succeed Flacco for the starting job. Sanders has the advantage to some because of his strength and athleticism, while Gabriel is considered quicker and craftier with the ball in his hand. Sanders is now headed for Bellevue, San Diego, Boston, Los Angeles, where his father is a professional football player and fan, and he's physically fit and picturesque. As a defensive end, the competition will include in training camp, which starts later this month. This story was originally reported by Athlon Sports on June 11, 2025, where it first appeared. In a league where every move is scrutinized and every jersey switch sends social media into a frenzy, a recent glimpse of Shedeur Sanders in a Cleveland Browns jersey did more than just ignite speculation. It sent a clear message, one echoed across locker rooms, broadcast booths, and fan forums alike. He's ready. That was the NFL's quiet but resonant response when the image surfaced. Just two words. Not hype, not marketing, not spin. Just a straightforward, confident declaration that echoed like a shot across the bow of the AFC North. Shedeur Sanders, the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, has never lacked the spotlight. From his viral high school highlights to his groundbreaking performances at Jackson State and then Colorado, the young quarterback has steadily carved out a legacy that demands its own chapter, separate from his father's, but inevitably tied to the aura of prime time. But the Browns jersey? That was new. The photo, allegedly leaked from a closed-door marketing shoot, showed Shedeur wearing the deep brown and burnt orange, the Clavlin across the chest, looking less like branding and more like a challenge accepted. He stood tall in the image, not cocky, not uncertain, just composed, as if to say, this is where the next level starts. The reaction was immediate. Former pros, current analysts, and everyday fans all latched onto the image. Some called it clever branding. Others screamed, Shedeur looks right in that jersey. But underneath the noise, there was one shared undercurrent. Shedeur looks right in that jersey. And that's a strange sentence to write about the Browns. For decades, Cleveland has been a franchise known more for rebuilding than triumph, for passionate fans rather than playoff runs. But something has changed recently. A talented defense, a new front office with vision, and a hunger in a city that's more ravenous than ever before. They've had pieces. What they've lacked is a face, a field general. Joaquin, Delan, and prior to them, CJ was the first high-fella general, a true QB1 who can command a huddle and shift momentum with a glance and a spiral. Enter Shedeur. He's not just athletic, he's cerebral. He's not just mobile, he's poised. And perhaps most importantly, he doesn't crumble under legacy. He thrives in it. Deion Sanders has made it clear that Shedeur will make his jump to the NFL when the timing is right, and that his son isn't just chasing a paycheck, but the perfect fit. And maybe, just maybe, that Browns jersey is more than symbolic. Maybe it's prophetic. Imagine Shedeur Sanders behind center at First Energy Stadium. The dog pound howling behind him. His calm demeanor is a foil to the chaos. Cleveland's defense shuts down their opponent, and Sanders takes the field with 1:30 left. Down 4, no timeouts. This is where quarterbacks become legends or memories. But for Shedeur, it feels like Saturday all over again. The field looks the same. The pressure doesn't feel like pressure. It feels like purpose. He makes the reads. He takes the hit. He makes the throw. He wins the game. And the NFL sees it. He's ready. Of course, football doesn't run on hypotheticals. And no draft pick, no matter how polished, guarantees a franchise turnaround. But in this era of branding, NIL deals, and 24/7 access, few players have entered the national conversation with the mix of skill, maturity, and mystique that Shedeur brings. The NFL isn't just a league of talent, it's a league of narratives. And Shedeur in Cleveland, that's a story waiting to be written. It's gritty, it's legacy rich. It's the son of an icon wearing the jersey of a team that's desperate for one of their own. It's a rebirth on both sides, and the NFL sees the writing on the wall. That's why those two words, "he's ready," mean so much. They're not a compliment, they're a signal. They say the league is watching, the scouts, the GMs, the coordinators. They know the talent is real. They know Shedeur isn't a project, he's a prospect. And when you have a prospect that commands attention just by putting on a jersey, you start to ask bigger questions. Can he lead a franchise? Can he change a city? Can he do what his father did, only at the most scrutinized position in sports? For Cleveland, still looking to define itself beyond its past, the idea of pairing that kind of player with a hungry young core isn't just appealing, it's electric. Not since the early glimpses of Baker Mayfield has a QB idea felt this tantalizing. But this time, it's different.